But what we're down here today to figure out is what are we doing to make sure that this doesn't happen again? Well, Steve, I got a bunch of parents contacting me, bud. A bunch about all the stuff that's going on. And look, I was a teacher. I know that there's certain things you can't talk about and those kind of things. But what we're down here today to figure out is what are we doing to make sure that this doesn't happen again? And what steps is the district going to take to sort of address these issues with these parents? Because they're riled up, and they deserve to be heard, right? So what can we do to help facilitate that?
Well, I think in a lot of cases you have to first determine what this is.
Sure, I agree
You know
with
what I'm
that.
saying?
Absolutely.
So I think in
completely.
those cases there, you just continue to monitor and
Okay.
continue to look and assess, anything that takes place.
Sure.
If there's discrepancies in, opinions, or if there's evidence either way, I think you continue to see what improvements you can make in all aspects.
Sure, but
Whether
you'd
it's
agree with me-
changing the duty patterns or
Sure.
anything, or if the kids are playing too rough or whatever. But I don't.
So what, have there been concrete steps that have been implemented since all this stuff has come out that we can go back to the parents and say, this is what Sallisaw School District has done? Is there, or can we tell them that, hey, we met with the superintendent today and he wants to listen to your concerns? Because look, I get it. You got to figure out what you're going to do. And you don't know what you're going to do all the, necessarily. But at the end of the day, we know that there's a bunch of parents who have concerns and they want to address those and be heard and feel like they're being heard, right? So could we get a meeting scheduled where the parents could come address some of this stuff and bring these issues?
Well, I think that could possibly happen, probably at a later date.
Why at a later date?
Well, because I think there's, especially with this latest case, there's still pending things. That
No,
are
okay,
taking
but
place.
and again, I understand you can't answer any questions about
Right.
that. But we could go to it with an approach of, let's come have a conversation about the issues your kids have brought to you that are not being, I understand you can't discuss investigations, but we could have a productive conversation about what are the issues that we're hearing, what are the issues that your kids are experiencing, and what do the parents think as a school you guys could implement to help ensure that their kids are feeling heard and safe and secure. We don't have to talk about specific incidents.
Well, I think an open-ended conversation along those lines is always welcome.
Right. So how do we start the first facilitation of that open-ended conversation?
Well,